You saved my life, madam.
You're alive. Oh my god, you're alive.
Of course I am.
Is Val crying right now? What is happening?
You hear me scream, oh my god, you're alive.
Of course I'm alive, madam. Do you think these would have taken me down?
No, let's get you some. Can I heal you? Do I have anything to heal you? I don't remember. I'm sorry for tossing you like a football.
It is quite all right. You've done me a great deed and a great service. I appreciate the assistance. And as he goes, he like stands up, and he's wearing kind of like very, very like simple leather armor. And you see that he has like a small, like could have been like a large needle, but he has like a rapier kind of similar to Buka's, just so tiny. It is like the tiniest little thing. And as he sheathes it, you see that he goes and bows in front of you and just says, "My lady, what is your name?"
My name is Valentina. Can I touch him on the shoulder and use healing touch to like heal him from the damage that
100%.
Okay, so he gets 11.
11? Oh, heck yeah.
11.
Literally all his health, probably.
I'm so stressed. My name is Valentina. I thought I killed you even more than you were already killed earlier, but it's so. Thank you for forgiving me.
Of course, madam. My lady, you made a tactical decision. I fully understand.
So sad. And then I think I just scream, "Buka, Pierce, come here!"
As that's happening, Pierce, you go and take a look at these wolves. These wolves, actually, go ahead and make
I mean, it would just be one of them, right?
just the one.
Yeah.
Go ahead and give me either nature or perception.
Good for me. Nature is a little better.
Nature.
We'll do that. And it doesn't matter. Got a 6.
A 6. I'll say even with a 6, you're looking at them. You've seen dire wolves before. Maybe not with a lot of frequency, but you have seen these animals before. I'll say with a 6, the only thing you notice is like it's like actual physical, just like height and everything when you guys were dealing with them. They're still massive. But I'll say with the 6, they just looked a little skinny.
Mm.
And then as that's happening, and as you're kind of looking, that's when you hear Val.
Buka, Pierce, come here!
I do a double take, and I run into the back of the carriage.
As he leaves, Pierce will. Buka, I'll be there in a second.
Okay.
Buka, you see standing maybe about like 1.5 2 feet tall, a mouse, leather armor, kind of like very round ears, and on his side is like a rapier, and he looks at you, and then he goes and like pulls the rapier out.
I point my rapier.
Stay back, you foul creature.
No, he's our friend.
Lady
He's
Valentina,
with me.
Lady Valentina, do not worry yourself with this. I will take care of this
Lady
scoundrel.
Valentina, she is my friend, and I whistle my scabbard on the side. What is your name?
Sir Gregory, what is your name?
Please don't kill him. I already almost killed him. You see me on my knees just being like, stop.
I go, my name's Buka. What? Sir Gregory is...
Lady Valentina, do you know this scoundrel?
Yes, this is one of my best friends.
Scoundrel. I shake my scabbard again.
Stop it.
I'm not a scoundrel. I am an excellent bartender and also...
So a drunkard.
An aspiring horse groomer. A drunk? I'm not a drunk. I like lower my stuff. I'm not a drunk. I don't do that.
Lady Valentina, save yourself. And he goes and he's gonna do it. He's gonna roll an athletics check.
Athletics check? Oh, I hate you, dude.
Well, my man rolls a 2 on the die, -1.
Oh, oh, he's met his match, my guy.
He's a 1.5 foot tall mouse.
Yes. If I can roll this. I got a 9.
A 9.
Catch him.
As you go, you see he goes and he tries to like tackle you. Lady Valentina, save yourself. Like in his mind, this is what the scene looks like. Doom, runs, tackle, slow motion. In Buka's mind, he just sees boom.
Then he hits my side and I go, Val does not need saving. What are you doing?
I thought this was gonna go differently.
I scratch behind his ear.
No, wait, and then kind of backs away a little bit. This is one of your companions.
My friend, not my, I guess companion, one of my best companions.
Huh. Sheathes the rapier. The lady has spoken well of you. You
I
survived today through the grace of Lady Valentina.
I flourish my rapier as well, and I slip it back into my scabbard. I go, thank you, and I look at Val, and my eyes clearly say, what did you do?
I threw him like a football.
You threw him, and he thanked you for that.
You know, I think
She
he
saved my life.
is. Are the other wolves gone? What happened to the last one? I just shot and ran inside.
The wolves. And he goes and pulls out a rapier and then
Pull out
jumps
my
out of the
rapier
carriage.
and I chase him.
What's happening?
You guys see Pierce by one of the wolves.
As all that was happening, Pierce would have sheathed his sword, and then I guess probably like carried somewhat the wolf to be like out of sight of the road,
Cool.
just kind of more into the woods to place him back down. Timing wise, maybe they'd see me carrying the wolf. I don't know.
They'll say, yeah, this is happening as you're kind of, because also, I mean, Pierce is fairly strong individual. So you're able to like pull it, and then he goes and you see this like small little mouse with a rapier in hand come next to you and just says, "A mighty warrior indeed. Well done. You have slain the beast."
Thank you. Who are you?
Sir Gregory, Softpaw, at your service. And then he goes and like one hand to his chest, and he just kind of bows a little.
Uka also puts his rapier away and starts to bow like Sir Gregory. Think
Sees
What?
this, he's because he's so tiny, just lower.
Uka's flexibility is insane, so he goes lower.
Why are they both licking the ground?
As they're doing this, I'll like put the wolf down. I feel like that's kind of I like am still confused, but feel like good to meet you, Sir Gregory. My name is Pierce. I see you have already met my friends.
Sir Pierce, well met, Lady Valentina. Other. What good fortunes that the gods brought you here to this moment. Your aid assisted in my survival.
Yeah, I think it was just timing. We saw in the distance, and my gut reaction was to get the carriage to you as quickly as possible.
Instincts honed in battle. I see.
So I assume you as well.
Indeed.
And
What is
I
it?
also and I also.
He's quiet for a second. So, what is it that brings you to these woods?
We are on our way to Ravenford.
We are only a few hours' journey away. Might I assist you in this travel? You have
Absolutely.
assisted me, and the least I can do, I'm honor bound to at least make sure that you arrive to your destination safely.
Yeah, of course. We'll head back to the carriage.
You guys are able to walk back. And just says it is
about-
unfortunate.
What about the wolf?
I put him down in the woods.
You don't want to skin him?
Pierce shakes his head no.
No? Okay.
Very cool. You guys make your way back to the carriage, and then he gets on with you guys. What is it that you seek in Ravenford?
That's a good question, Sir Gregory. We're, I guess you could say, on a mission, but what we hope to learn and or might learn, we don't really know. We're just hoping to, I guess, gather information is kind of the main goal.
Then maybe our paths are similar. I am also on a journey currently, a retrieval of sorts, but I'm also hunting my companions. It seems that some members of my village have disappeared, and I've been tasked by the Meadow Guard to retrieve them.
Meadow
And
Guard,
that
I like that.
and that is when thank you. That's the name of my order. And then he kind of points to, again, really tiny mouse, but there's like a crest of like a lone tree, kind of like on like a field of grass, very small, like as a crest on his armor. And he just says, it is my order. We strive to protect our people and to make sure that justice prevails. But it also seems that these dire wolves hungered and saw me as delicious, which I cannot blame them. And that is when they attacked me.
I did notice the wolf was really quite thin as it compared to what it should be. Is there a scarcity of food in the area?
Only recently, we've been my village for the most part been fine. We we don't consume much of protein, if uh, usually, but so as far as traditional fruit and nuts and vegetables, there's more than enough. There's still a surplus as we enter this autumn season, but there seems to be more of a thinning of some of our of deer and other animals. So maybe that is why the wolves seem hungry.
Mm, interesting.
Well, I think have much to figure out, but I think amongst good company, I think anything is possible.
Puka
You're
just looks
here.
at everybody else and nods and says, "Yep."
Having three strong warriors in this group right now, I think we can accomplish this.
And Puka starts pointing at people and goes,
I'll say for the sake of this conversation, Buka's in the carriage, and then Pierce and Val are in the front with Gregory. And then Buka's just kind of hearing this conversation.
When Sir Gregory says that, and Pierce specifically looks at Sir Gregory, what can I roll an insight to see what he's trying to assume, to see if I can catch on?
Go
What he's
ahead
trying
and
to do. What
go
he's
ahead and
trying
do an insight check. I'm literally gonna tell you right now, D5. DC5. He's by no means hiding true intentions.
Yes, 17.
17, you know damn well what he means. He
I'm
says the
gonna.
people on this driver's seat are the best fighters.
I picture it's. Well, I guess who's driving? Am I driving again? I feel like
I'm driving now because I'm trying to
driving.
clear my mind from almost murdering this soft mouse.
I picture it's Val and then Sir Gregory and then me.
Mhm.
So it's super and I just look over at Val. I like him.
And
Just
you
because
just
he's mean to Buka does not mean anything, and I just
No,
keep looking
he's
at the road.
no,
and then you
absolutely
hear
not.
from the back of the carriage just a little bit of whistling as Puka is shaking his scabbard around.
No, Val, he's so proper and very militaristic, which I can, relate to.
It's like looking in a mirror, huh?
Pierce looks down at Sir Gregory again.
He looks up at you.
They both nod at the same time.
just one nod. And it's literally at the same time. We're
It's
so
literally
in
like
unison
3,
right now. It's
2,
great.
1. Lady Val, please do not worry yourself with the injuries that I might have sustained in your retrieval of my body. Again, if you and your companions hadn't come when you did, just know that I would not be here right now. I'm only safe because of you and your quick thinking.
But also, my quick thinking could have gotten you with your other companions.
Hey, but I understand. Leadership is a strong crown to bear, but you bear it well.
I hope you tell my father that.
I will speak to whoever you need me to. On my honor.
Sir Gregory is the best.
You guys are starting to feel wind pick up a little bit as you guys are nearing the lake. And you guys can already feel just more clouds are starting to come in, as it seems like kind of similar to like when you guys first left Alcor. It seems like more rain is coming. You guys are able to peek up and actually have a visual of the sky a little bit better. And you guys are starting to see like heavier rain clouds starting to approach. As you guys are approaching, he says, we can probably resupply in Ravenford. And then if you all would like, we can find refuge either in Ravenford, or my village would also be honored to provide any form of welcome to you, mighty warriors, and the Tabaxi. But I do think that we should try to find cover before the rain reaches us. I don't like getting my fur wet. I'll be very honest.
How far is her village from Ravenford?
Maybe a few hours away, 2 or 3 hours away.
We can wait out the rain and then supply up, and then we can go pop by the village to see if we can help with anything.
Wonderful. I would appreciate any assistance.
Sounds good.
The trees are starting to clear out. You guys are kind of like at this top of this hill, and you guys are able to like look down into like this like fairly large town. You guys are noticing a lot of 2-story buildings, not quite like fully raised off the ground. but you do notice that there are front steps to kind of make sure that the first floor is not on the ground level. Just because, again, it's been a while, but you guys do know that the lake is pretty massive. And when the wind does pick up, create some level of flooding, especially like those that are closest to the actual lake itself. But as you guys are approaching, you guys see a sign with an image of a barracuda that just says, "Welcome to Ravenford, your destination to Lake Elder." There is a bright flash that kind of does hit you guys as your picture is taken.
I think the picture is Pierce and Gregory and Val in the front seat with Destiny and Manifest, and in the back you see the back of Buka's head.
It's just the eyes. You're like feline
It's in the dark. It's just
I think it should be like kind of blinking too.
yeah. It's half blink. Buka
It's
doesn't blink
one
both
eye is
eyes.
just slightly more open than the other.
Buka's blinks are lagging.
Oh, I don't like that. As you guys approach, you guys are met with, or once like kind of like your eyes kind of clear from the flash, you guys are met with this beautiful town. Again, like dark wood as some of these buildings go up, incredibly clean, and no people.
Empty. Is this like touristy season at all?
It's always touristy season.
Isn't there supposed to be people here?
There should be. There
We
definitely should
usually just drive through this part. I'm not too sure. It always looked busy though, I think.
This is odd. There are normally people in this town. I mean, I haven't been to Ravenford in many weeks, but this seems odd.
So Gregory, I know you had mentioned that there had been a shortage of more of like the animal life. Do you know or have any ideas of what was causing that?
Not at all. I mean, I understand that there's sometimes seasons where nature is a little bit more harsh, but I was under the assumption that we had been in a season of plenty.
Mm-hmm. No, yeah. Then it's not winter, so there should be no reason for that now.
Everyone, go ahead and give me perception checks.
Thanks. Give it to me. 23.
7.
17.
Nice. With a 23 and a 17, I'll say this is as you're kind of having your conversation. Question for you guys. Are you, as you guys are kind of like entering the town, I'll get into the perception checks in a second. How are you guys proceeding forward? Or how would you guys like to proceed forward? Would you guys like to stay in the carriage? Would you guys like to kind of explore?
I mean, as we enter, we'd be in the carriage, but Val is also driving, so.
I think I am just slowly trotting by looking for something promising to either stop at or some form of life.
Cool. This is like a worrisome feeling. Just a fully empty village. The only sound really coming in is the wind coursing through this town and like the water slapping against like the coast. It's probably 50, 60 feet away from you guys, maybe a little bit more, maybe like 100 feet away, as the water is just slapping against like the actual beach, and you guys don't really hear anything else except you start to hear a door close, maybe like a block and a half away.
Pierce, where did you say that restaurant was that was your favorite?
It's like on the water side of the town, kind of roughly in the middle, not necessarily smack dab, but
Would it be on the way to where the door slam that only I heard would be? I'll just guide the carriage towards the area where the door slam was, because then it would be like we're heading towards.
Yeah, like you can go because you have to go through the town a little bit, so it would 100% be like.
Okay.
I think at this point, Buka is pulling up Yelp to see what type of reviews were left the last time, and 5 stars.
5 diamonds.
What's the most recent review left? Was it like weeks ago or like a few days ago? Or
it was like 2 weeks ago.
Buka is like, I'm disappointed. Like Buka's speaking loudly. He's not very like cautious at this moment. This is not quite a worrisome feeling. It is odd, but he goes, it's not quite a worrisome feeling for Buka, at least. He goes, this is kind of disappointing, as he like pokes his head over Gregory in between Val and Pierce. Yeah.
He's like, get off of me. You guys go, and then once again you hear like a door slam again. No people around. Do you go to the sound of or do you go to like the source of this sound?
Yeah, let's go.
Cool. You go and you find this small-ish house, dark brown wood, front porch, well kept, and then the sound you've been hearing is just the door just not being able to like fully close. The wind will smack it open, and then the sound you're hearing is just the door.
Can I use... I have detect magic, I think. Right? Let me check.
You should check.
I am checking.
You do have detect magic.
I do. Let's use... I can see the darkness. I'm trying to find it on the sheet, but yeah, let's use detect magic.
Yeah, it'll be under your spells.
Oh, yes. Perfect. Detect magic. Let's use that.
Cool. As you go and cast it, it's on a 30-foot radius. You don't sense any magic. Just the sound of like the door slamming shut again. Further down, you hear seems to be like again another door just
Everything looks abandoned. Pierce, you want to take the reins so you can guide us to where this restaurant is, see if there's anyone there?
Sure. Pierce reaches over and grabs him.
Cool. You start making your way through town. Literally no people as far as you guys can see. Some doors are left wide open as you guys are making your way through town. You finally make your way a little bit closer to the actual water after a few minutes as you guys are looking around and searching. You finally find this restaurant, the Raven, that has a just a kind of like a massive image of like a raven, and its claws are like a small fish, and it just says the Raven in the front.
So I guess I have the reins now, so I'm gonna, as I get to it, I'll pull the horses to a stop, and Val, why don't you and Buka stay with the carriage? Sir Gregory, would you mind accompanying me inside, see if we can find
Yes.
anything?
Yes, of course.
Please protect him.
Yeah. I will say also, detect magic does last 10 minutes. It's a 30-foot radius around you specifically. So at any point in the next couple of scenes, if you want to if you're going somewhere, that will still be active for a little bit longer. You go and you're heading in with Sir Gregory. You go and open the door, unlocked. Go ahead and make perception checks for me. And he actually does have this, so you can go ahead and do it with advantage. He'll give you the help action.
Nice. 16.
16. As you're looking around, it's a decent sized restaurant, probably collectively about like 20 tables or so. And as you're looking, no signs of people as far as you can see. There are some tables set to the side, almost like booths. And you notice that there are some plates of food like left out. You go and take a look at it and you feel the plate, and the plate itself feels cold. Like the food has been out here for a little bit, but it doesn't look like it's gone bad. And so whoever left this, and you notice it similarly like everywhere, that there seems to be like people just kind of up and left.
I'm assuming that means like all the tables and chairs are still like out. Like it doesn't look like it was shut down and then left. Okay. I think I just continue in looking. I think I check like the rest of like the stockpile of food, or like the room for that, to see if food was taken with people, like if it was rummaged through to take what they can, or
Yeah. You go deeper into the kitchen and you notice at this point they seem to have gone out. Part of as you're looking at this, and I'll say you still rolled fairly highly perception, you're starting to notice like scorch marks like on the back of like where some of these stoves are. And you're looking at it, you're like, oh, like this whole building could have gone on fire. But it just seems that as like cooking was being done, there's like a couple of pots that have just fully blackened from the bottom as the whatever fire was being used to cook seems to have just it just was fully.
Left on. Yeah, and eventually just went out.
As you're looking, Sir Gregory's looking around, kind of gathering the same information that you are. Earlier 17 perception check, and then a 23 perception check earlier. Two things kind of happened simultaneously. You notice where the restaurant is, it's kind of still like part of like a larger neighborhood. You notice that you hadn't seen this and on any of the other houses. You notice that one of the doors is wide open, but you notice that there are these like planks of wood that were kind of used to almost barricade the door, it seems. And then like pieces of it have been like broken off enough that like, someone was able to having to duck and get under it. But you do notice that in a house that's maybe like 2 houses away from where this restaurant is, and you notice small like streaks of ink coming down from it.
I was on the planks of wood.
Yeah.
Okay.
And then you also start to hear just
What? Val?
I haven't said anything. I thought that was you.
No, I do like a 180 in the cart. Make sure I can look all around me.
You look around just as like waters.
Okay. And I scoot closer to Val. I'm just gonna sit closer to you if that's okay.
You guys feel very exposed where you are.
I think we should move the cart.
Oh.
The carriage.
Yeah, I mean, if you think we should move the cart,
I
we can do that.
I don't feel comfortable, but I don't want to leave Pierce and Sir Gregory. I don't know what to do.
Welcome to D&D, baby.
I know.
What does your heart tell you?
My heart tells me to move the car. So let's
Do
move
it.
it.
What do you want?
I don't know what I want. I'm scared. I don't want to kill Sir Gregory.
What do you want?
Let's.
Not that simple.
Is there a break in the buildings?
There's
Between the build. Let's go between the buildings in like the dark, spooky alleyway, so we're not as exposed.
Yeah. The nice thing is, I mean, it's cloudy, not like as bright as you would probably like it to. But luckily, it's not nighttime. Luckily, there is of a gap in between it that you're not entering like this dark alleyway. You know what I mean? Like it literally is, like you said, a break in between the restaurant and one of the houses.
I'll also cast a light, so we have more light and we can see all of the things.
Cool. Yeah, you're able to go and you're able to kind of put it. And the nice thing too is like where you are, you kind of have to go uphill a little bit. But if you guys wanted to go straight, you'd have to go up another small hill. But you guys could get into the main road that you guys were in earlier, as kind of where you guys are now has like altitude wise has gone down a little. You guys have gone down as you guys are nearing closer to the water. Pierce, you hear the carriage just like gently kind of rolling by the side of the restaurant. And as you guys you're still, a whole house in between, but yeah, you just notice like the ink just kind of like dribbling, and then you guys enter that alleyway. And then what would you guys like to do?
Is this for me now?
Whoever.
I'll go
I think
first.
Puka. Okay, yeah,
Yeah.
you go first.
I'm spooked.
I think obviously Pierce did hear the carriage moving. With either do I need to reroll, or with the perception that I had, can I tell if it's like, is it moving quickly or is it on its way? Like it just started kind of trolling a little bit.
No roll necessary, but they can tell you how quickly or slowly they pulled up.
Like a nice trot, like 5 miles per hour. Not fast, but
I can tell then by that I can tell that it wasn't like, it's not like they took off like something.
It doesn't sound like an
actually
escape. Yeah.
happened. Right. So I look down at Sir Gregory and you heard the carriage as well, right?
Yes. Okay. I'm not going crazy.
No, it seemed to be pretty soft, so I don't think anything. I think they just decided to maybe move the carriage to a better spot.
Whole
But
time he's like still kind of looking around. Yes, that sounds correct.
I think we should find our way all the way through and see what we find either in the back and or through the back door, and then find out where they moved the carriage to.
You're able to head outside. Have you guys just kind of stayed with the carriage this whole time?
yes.
Cool. You go and look. You find it's fairly empty. You see kind of random, like they seem to be like emptied out, either ale or some kind of drink like barrels, but they're fully empty as they're like put on the side of the restaurant, as well as some like other like random crates that have like kind of like these tarps put over them. But other than that, though, fairly empty. And at this point, they walk out.
Do they see us, or would they have to like search for us?
I would say they heard the carriage, so they kind of like look, but and they're able to see because unless you guys are trying to hide, but you
You're
also
also
have
you're
a
also casting light, right?
light, and then you also
Yeah.
have a carriage and 2 massive horses. And so, but as Sir Gregory comes out and just says, "We found nothing, but that also seems a little upsetting. Did you happen to find anything?"
We heard some mumble whispers and we got spooked, so I tried to give us some cover, but also light so they'd know exactly where we were now that I'm thinking about it, but it helped my anxiety in the meantime.
Kind of looks over at Pierce, whispers, "Did you hear anything?" Or
No,
Buka
not
also heard
that.
them.
I did hear them. I thought it was Val talking to Destiny or Manifest, but it was not. And so we decided to courageously hide in this alley.
With
starting,
light.
starting
Yes.
to at this point where you guys are, rain is starting to come down.
Well, I will say, as Sir Gregory said, it's a little. It looks like everybody just out. Like it wasn't like a pack up and leave. It wasn't a plan. It wasn't. It's just in the moment. People are in the middle of cooking, eating in the restaurant, and like there's just food left. But the food hasn't gone bad. Not that I would necessarily eat it, but it's not rotting. It's not molding. It's not.
This was recent.
Yeah, it has not been. Sir Gregory, you had said you had been here about 2 weeks ago.
Something about that, yes. This is upsetting.
So I guess in the last few days this had happened.
Mm. There's also a couple windows that are boarded up with weird ink. Like it looks like it's bleeding ink from a couple of them, and I point to the houses up the hill. Was it up the hill? Up the hill.
It's same street, but
Same street.
it's like a couple houses down.
Yeah.
Mm.
Should we go check those together? I would feel more comfortable if we were together.
100%. We should looks over at Pierce. We should travel together.
Probably. I just don't want to leave. My concern is leaving the carriage and the horses alone and losing the horses.
That's true.
I mean, if we can find maybe like a post nearby the house, we can have them tied up. That way, they're not spooked by whatever it
And
seems to have.
and if we check a house, then maybe 3 can go in and 1 can stand at like the door, like in the house, but eyes on the horses as well.
That's a good plan.
Cool. You guys are able to like leave the horses over there. It's about 2 houses away from you guys, and as you guys are nearing it, again, the rest of the house itself from the outside appears fine. It's literally like the actual doorway that seems to have been like boarded up. There is like there's a small garage attached to the kind of like the house, and it seems like maybe like the owners have also had horses. The top of it almost seems to be like an aluminum roof as far as this part of like just that's built on the side of the house, and so you guys kind of hear the sound as like rain is starting to fall. Provide a little bit of shelter for the horses, and the carriage that kind of looks like the back end of the carriage is still going to be out in the rain, but the majority of it and the horses, it seems like they can find it. But you guys are able to like tie them up to like a corner of the house. I can keep watch on the horses by the door.
No, I think you should go with the other 2. I'll keep watch of the
Lady
horses.
Val, I fully insist. I'm duty bound. I will suffer in the rain.
No.
I will. No. It's quite all right.
How about the tabaxi? How about he keeps watch of the horses?
I can't get wet, so
You know, you're in the doorway. You
Oh.
can see.
yeah. No, I mean if I stood out in the rain, I won't get wet
Oh
because
yeah, because
of my duck-like fur.
Sir
this
Gregory
is
looks at you.
true.
Otter and otter every single time.
Otter.
The backseat.
I pull out a rock from my armpit.
As Val makes that joke, Sir Gregory laughs just like a little too loud. Well met, lady. Understood. I will. I can join in on the investigation. I'm
Good.
not worried at all.
All right.
Buka's gonna stay watch at the door.
Mm-hmm.
Cool. As you guys start approaching to enter, the actual doorway itself, go ahead and give me perception checks. Sir Gregory will do one as well.
I got a 9.
I got a 19.
19. And then I'm assuming Buka did not get a 19. As you guys are walking up, I think at this point too, Val and Buka, I think you guys are just, especially since you guys specifically had heard the whispers, I think part of you guys are still,
We're
you guys
jumpy.
are, yeah, you guys are spooked. So you're not really, you're seeing a lot, but you're not noticing a lot, if that makes sense.
Yeah.
And with a 19, as you go, two things you notice. One, the boarding seems to have been done from the inside of the doorway. So it seems like whoever was inside boarded it shut to keep something or
Mm.
someone out. Second thing you notice, in the remaining planks of wood that are still covering the part of the door, more like height, like head level, you do notice like this like black ink with like a hint of red that leads you to believe that it's not just ink. You guys head inside. Val, Pierce, and Sir Gregory make your way inside. Kind of similarly to when had been in the restaurant, everything seems to be normal. It seems like someone has just stepped out for the day, as you do notice that there are a couple of candles that seem to have just kind of burned down to its core, but you do see kind of like the wax that is left over. There is, again, very like simply kept, simple furniture. You notice like a couch. There's like because it's all kind of one room. You do notice a small dining table with 4 chairs. You do see a picture, kind of like a magical image of these two half orc, like a man and a woman, as they are standing as not the barracuda, but you do see that the man is holding a giant carp, and they just like a little like family picture together. And you guys look around, you see nothing in the living room and the dining room. The hallway leads down, and it seems like there is an office area and then like a bedroom. What would you
And
guys
the
like to do?
boards were on the upper levels, right?
Well,
Or
it's
no?
to the front door. It's to the
Oh,
front door
okay.
itself, but it seems like they had like boarded the door shut,
Okay.
and then at some point they like ripped away.
So they were trying to protect themselves from something, and then they decided they needed to leave. Is there any magic? Is detect magic still?
You do notice this will be like the end of the spell, as the spell itself fizzles away. You do notice a little bit of very minor cantripy level, 0 kind of magic coming from the bedroom.
I think we should go check the bedroom.
You make your way there. The curtains have been drawn. The room itself is dark. How long does the light spell? Oh, that's an hour. Yeah, you're fine.
Okay. So it's
Yeah.
not dark.
Yeah. So as you walk in, the shadows are lifted up a little bit. All the sources of shadow now coming from the light that is being held like by you in the palm of your hand. As you look around, you go and you feel this source of, like, again, very 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 minor, coming from a bedside dresser. It seems you're able to like walk around, and it's open, and then you do notice it seems kind of like almost like a, like, keep your hands away from my journal kind of thing. But you do notice like a small little like that has been, it's like sprawled open in the actual dresser.
Can I pick it up and read? It's open, right?
Mhm.
Can I read it without touching it?
Yes, you can.
Okay.
This is for Bayla. Do you have your phone on you?
I do have my phone on me.
I'm gonna text you something right now. This is the only page you can read, by the way.
I'm spooked.
Go ahead and read to us the things you can read.
Day 19 of Fire End. Tremere came home with so little fish. Must be that time of year again. Pickings and visitors have been low recently, but he tells me not to worry. He is right, we always do find a way to power through. Day 21 of Fire End. Tremere hasn't made it home yet, which feels odd, but I don't have the energy to stay awake for him. Samantha says that Coril hasn't made it home from fishing yet earlier, which means that he and Tremere are probably getting drunk. I will speak my mind when he gets his sorry ass home. Ooh, spicy. Day 22 of Fire End. Aiden finally left Ravenford. He's been talking about leaving for so long that it started becoming so annoying. He didn't want to make a scene of leaving, so he left sometime last night. Best of luck. Tremere hasn't been talking much, which also has been annoying. Fire End.
Fire End is like the month.
Oh, okay.
That's all you can read for this page.
Hey,
She read it
Pierce.
out. She read it out loud, right?
Yes.
Okay. Go ahead.
You want to pick it up?
Yeah, are you? I know you had used like detect magic. Is it specifically coming from this book or just
It was
room.
just like this book specifically just to be like, don't open it,
Yeah.
right? Yeah, but it's already open.
Yeah, it's like a very cantrippy, more like kind of like, again, it's almost like we'll say, just because I'm the DM and I can make magic in this world. It's like a cantrip that basically is designed for more like high schoolers and middle schoolers for their personal stuff, like for their younger
The high
siblings.
school
Like,
diaries. Yeah.
yeah.
And for the record, what is today's date?
Today's date is I can tell you right now.
Because the last entry she could read was 23rd,
Day 22.
Day 22.
It is currently the last day of Fire End. It's the 30th of Fire End.
So at least a week. 8
Yeah,
days.
at least since that last, but we haven't turned the
That you
page
can
yet.
see.
So. Yeah, so I'll pick up the book.
Cool. As you go and you reach into the dresser, you grab the journal, and nothing happens. You're able to. Cool. So it's still on that page. What would you like to do?
I mean, I'll turn the page to the next page.
Cool. Do you read what's on there?
Sure.
I just sent you. Do you have your phone on you?
Yeah.
This is cool. I like this.
Gosh dang it. Somebody send me a text message sometime, huh?
You decided. Well, you got voted to be outside, so.
Somebody kick me out.
I didn't want Sir Gregory to die. Sorry.
You'd rather Buka die?
You have more autonomy.
Day 23 of Fire End. Oral fell in the lake, and Warren jumped after him. They couldn't find either. Gods watched them. My head is pounding from the stress. Day 25 of Fire End. Going into the shops today felt off. It was emptier than usual. My head is pounding. The water looked odd, almost like shadows under the water. Hoping this ringing in my ear will go away soon.
This is the end of the one I just sent you is the end of the final page going into the next page. So
Okay. But it is like, it's not like the whole page was used though.
Yeah, it's a fairly small journal. So
yeah. Day 28 of Fire End. There's only a few people left. Where in the hells is everyone? I locked the door and haven't tried. I'll turn the page. I locked the door and haven't tried to leave. This is the only proof I have that I'm not going crazy. They are coming for me.
next journal entry.
They are coming. They are coming. They are coming. They are coming. And it repeats.
Scribbling larger and larger every single time as she's writing. It starts becoming less of separate words and just they're coming. They're coming. They're coming. And
That's spooky.
as you're reading it out loud, you start to hear. And that's where we're going to end tonight's session. Cue the music.
No! You left the gods that alone to die.
Technically valid.